increasing in its scope and scale. The desire to enslave our fellow man is unfortunately intrinsic to human character. It has been with us since the beginning of time.
I've been raised on a belief system that's broken. Raised on a belief, I keep my eyes closed and never question the things that I'm told and slave away every day till I'm over. Only problem with that is I've been awoken. Read books and now I'm old and well spoken. Somehow did it all the while still smoking. Never close-minded, I keep mine open. A generation just like me that's been molded. Not asleep now, we can understand the motive. Every single day is a battle and I know it is a war for your mind and I'm trying to expose it. Unplug the TV and live for the moment. Turn the tables on them, then brace for atonement. Realize the life we're given is golden. Then you understand no government can own it. There's gotta be more to this. Like the weak don't get lost in it. There's gotta be more to life than living and dying, wishing and lying. There's gotta be more to this. Like the weak don't get lost in it. There's gotta be more to life than living and dying, wishing and lying. There's gotta be more to this. 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 I know. There's gotta be more to this. 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 I know. So quit with the bullshit, telling me I can't have a full clip. Feinstein trying to limit my magazine, all the while pumping me full of damn medicine. Side effects that spike my adrenaline. Now I'm seeing parts of my mind that I've never been. Wanna feel you in the battle, where do I begin? A pen's my sword, mightier than Leviathan. Wanna try me? You better try again. From inception to trying to get in my head. Pop culture raised me like a thoroughbred, but then I unplugged and really got the full extent. I see the picture clear now with my mind's eye. I feel like I'm Einstein, how was I blind? How is this not relative? The whole time the truth is being hidden, we've been sitting on a gold mine. There's gotta be more to this. Like the weak don't get lost in it. There's gotta be more to life than living and dying, wishing and lying. There's gotta be more to this. Like the weak don't get lost in it. There's gotta be more to life than living and dying, wishing and lying. There's gotta be more to this. 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 I know. There's gotta be more to this. 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 I wanna try to write about my freedoms, riding a dead horse that's beaten. I don't really think I can reach them, but I'ma try one time before I eat them up. And I used to be a heathen, now to say that I look like Jesus, so I feel like I look like he does. But I'm surrounded by demons all day, there's gotta be a reason. Every time I turn the TV on, it's treason. Brainwashed, flicker rate programs to grieving. Only problem is you still believe in a two-party paradigm. Realize you're hypnotized and wake up, they're all wearing makeup. Fake broadcast from a beach in Jamaica. Fear engineered by the government to make you give up your rights. There's more to this life, I know. There's gotta be more to this. Like the weak don't get lost in it. There's gotta be more to life than living and dying, wishing and lying. There's gotta be more to this. Like the weak don't get lost in it. There's gotta be more to life than living and dying, wishing and lying. There's gotta be more to this. 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 I know. There's gotta be more to this. There's gotta be more to this. There's gotta be more to this.
was great. And I was, Salvi performed at Keith and Preston's thing. So I was like, Salvi, you want to come do this? And I'm happy I did, because he's definitely a solid dude to be working with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love Mike Salvi. Salvi is a good buddy of mine. We met many, many moons ago. All right, we got some audio now. It looked like from the chat they were saying we didn't have any fucking audio. We got some audio. I could hear it on my phone. Anyway, Michael Salvi. We'll call him Michael. Why the fuck not?
All right.
Yeah, there we go. We got good audio. We met him way back in the End the Fed days. Were you partaking in the End the Fed rallies back in the day in Philly?
Yeah, so I moved back into the country. I lived in Central America for a bunch of years, and I started moving back in 2010, and I was finally back in 2011. But like 2010 through 2011, I'd be up in the States here, and I would be like renewing a visa or some shit like that, and I would like go hit up Occupy, or I would like, go scream at the Federal Reserve Building with everybody else on the weekend, and the smoke down prohibition shit and all that stuff. So, yeah, that's like when I first came around, and it was messed up because like there I was like this, like not a kid, like a full on adult who just appeared out of nowhere, and everybody was like, "Oh, that dude's a fucking Fed," because like, like just show up out of nowhere and be like, "Taxation is theft," like, and so, but yeah, no, I was, I've been around for a while, but I pretty much I don't really hang out with like a lot of libertarians and stuff like that. I hang out with Bab, because he's just like king troll. I hang out with Larkin sometimes, but yeah, I don't really hang out with too many anarchists and stuff like that.
Yeah, sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. I think everybody has little pockets where they get, like when we were talking to Ken a couple weeks ago on the show, he was saying that with his crypto, he's like Jehovah's Witness style obnoxious with his crypto. And I think when you get into those political groups, that's what it tends to be. It tends to be a little fucking obnoxious at times, and you kind of got to take a step back from that. But I got a cool story about Larkin. We were actually going to Denver last year to the Nexus conference, and Larkin was on the plane. And we never officially met him, but we saw him speak a whole bunch of times at End of Fed rallies. And he wasn't going to Denver. He was going somewhere else. He was going to a different event. But we shouted him out, and he was just like, oh, shit. Like, I thought I was safe on this random plane. But it's weird, the people who you run into. How long ago did you get into crypto, and was that a result of Mike Salvi?
End of the Salvi. No, I got into it, like, I had a nerd buddy who used to talk about it, and then, like, in the very beginning when Kokesh was talking about it, and, like, people were, like, trying to mint their own coins and all that shit. So, I guess that probably would have been around 2011 or so. So, I guess in crypto years, that's a really, really long time.
Yeah, that is a long time. Did you happen to go to Paul Fest in 2012? Were you rolling with those?
Nah, I'm a dickhead. I don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm really...
Yeah, no, I get you, man. I'm a homebody these days. But let's talk about the crypto shit show. I'm going to bring the page up. We're going into the third one now. Deuces over Denver. I love the fucking name. That's an awesome title. Tell me about the Denver show. What can we expect? Actually, before we get into the Denver show, tell us about the very first crypto shit show. Where was that at? What was that like?
Yeah, so it was at Spencer Horseman's bar called Illusions. It's like this 1920s Art Deco place, and he's an escape artist, so it has a theater in the back. And he hooked us up, and it was just supposed to be a bunch of us hanging out and drinking, and then there were all these people that had like cool shit that they could talk about and stuff. So it just kind of turned into this one-day conference, like in the last 2 weeks. And, we pulled it off, and it was successful enough that, people were like, dude, do it again. So I was like, all right, I'll go up and I'll work out the kinks in Philadelphia. So I went up to Philadelphia and worked out the kinks. That one was much better. And now the Denver one is holy shit, lining up to be amazing. I can go through some of the older shit that we had done, like people that we had. Who do we have? Oh, yeah, like the OGs down in Baltimore. It was, Preston, Keith, Jason Brown from Komodo Platform spoke. The guys from Windfall Mining, they were really, really fucking cool. But what's awesome is, like, I go to a lot of conferences for, like, security conferences and stuff like that, and you don't get that much Q&A interaction with the audience. dude, these guys were all over each other with great questions. It was amazing. We had Vikram Gotti, and he pretty much took all like the famous crypto hacks and put them into layman's terms for everybody and stuff like that. Larkin was there, and he was in the car for a couple hours coming down, didn't do a goddamn thing, and like started writing his bit there on the spot. Knocked it out of the park, dude. Like knocked it out of the park, like dude, you fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
He did the same thing in Philly, dude. He shows up at Philly. It was like 10 in the morning, and he like sits down and pulls out his book, and I'm like, dude, you're fucking doing it again. But,
some people just got it like that, man.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I don't get it. Who else do we have? This guy David Nevins. He's from Wilmington. He's a good dude. He's in his young 60s, but this dude hustles and grinds like he's like a teenager. Mm-hmm. I like that guy. But what's cool is, like I said, like a lot of the people in this space are really inquisitive and they're smart and they try to learn, and they're learning about, when you learn about crypto, you're learning about every other industry at the same time because everything's tokenized.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, it's fucking incredible.
So let's talk about Deuces over Denver, the third one. We're going all the way to Denver, which is fabulous. Yep. You're fucking trotting the globe here, or at least the state so far. How many further do you have planned? Before we get into the details of number 3, do you have a whole bunch more lined up already?
Yeah, the one after Denver is going to be Las Vegas.
Nice.
And yeah, so when I was up in Consensus in New York Blockchain the other week, right? Mm-hmm. And I gotta get a little backstory on this real quick. At all these conferences like DEF CON and RSA, TorCon, ShmooCon, all these like hacking conferences, they have the main speaking tracks like you would at any contest, and they have these things called villages, or these little sub-conferences. That's where there's other stages and workshops and interactive stuff and contests, and it's a lot more hands-on. Well, my buddy, his company runs the IoT Village, so the Internet of Things stuff. So I go out to these conferences all the time, and all over the fucking place. And every year when they go out to do it in Las Vegas, I go out and work with them at DEF CON. And it's cheaper for them to rent a huge-ass mansion than it is to get a whole bunch of hotel rooms. So I was like, hey, you're going out to DEF CON. I was like, dude, let me use the mansion for the day. Yes. And I was like, give me one full day with the mansion. And so he said, yeah, dude, go for it. So I'm going to be able to do this like baller-ass shit show out at in Las Vegas at a mansion pool party. Fuck yeah.
Sick, man.
So yeah, so anyway, I was up in Consensus in New York the other week, and so we run the IoT sub-conference, and I saw Fluffy Pony standing there, and they just opened a BCOS, blockchain cryptocurrency open security village, and I saw Monero logos all over it, so I saw Fluffy Pony. I was like, yeah, dude, like, what's up, man? Like, I work with the guys at the IoT village. I was like, what's going on with BCOS? And he was like, let's set up a time to talk. So I was like, cool. So a couple days later, I go over to sit down and talk with him, and I'd seen Ken Bozak before, and he was like, yo, you should try to get them to go to your fucking thing in Vegas. And so I'm talking to Fluffy Pony. I was like, dude, Ken Bozak was saying you should try to get the fucking Magical Crypto friends together back in Vegas. And he was like, I'll be in the country. I'll see what I can do. So he's trying to pull that together for the fucking Vegas show. So that will be insane.
God damn it, man. You are making moves. You are making moves like no other. All right, let's talk about Denver. Wednesday, June 27th. Where are we at? We're at the Black Box. Tell us about the Black Box. Have you pre-gamed this venue, or are you walking into it?
Nah, dude. So I lived out in Denver for a couple years, and I don't fucking remember any of it. So I might have been there. But nah, I no.
All right.
I don't know.
All right, good. Let's hope it's a nice venue.
No, I saw pictures of it. So like I always do like nut venues. I always do weird ass venues because who the hell wants to be in another hotel lobby, right?
Yeah, that's
so like
bogus.
I had that cool ass theater down in Baltimore. Then up in Philly, I got like this sculpture garden courtyard art gallery place. It was like crazy as fuck, and it was over kind of like in like Kensington Fishtown area. Mm-hmm. And so, I had people coming from like New York and all over, and like they're all pissed off, like, where the fuck did you bring us? And then they came out, and it's like this like it was like an entire block hollowed out, like city block, and it was just gorgeous inside. And they would come in and be like, "Oh shit, dude, this is dope."
Yeah, that's
So
the way to go because you make it memorable. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, this is crypto, man. This ain't fucking banking 101. We don't need that auditorium at the Regal or wherever the fuck you're going to.
Right. Don't worry, I'm getting to that, man. I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So anyway, the theater worked really good, and the place in Philly worked well, but I was gambling with the weather. So I was like, I'm going to do another music venue. So I know these guys in like this metal band called Hydroform out in Denver, and they're fucking great. So I'll plug them. Hydroform is amazing. So I hit up the one dude and I was like, "Yo, Jay," I was like, "You've played every club in that town." I was like, "Can you hook me up with some clubs?" So he gave me a list of clubs, and I just started calling all of them. And this one was like, "Yeah, dude, like we can hook you up. It'll be cheap." And I was like, "Sweet." And they're like, "You got to be out at 4:30." And I was like, "Yep, suck a dick."
Yeah.
So I talked to the Black Box. I just started talking to them like 2 days ago. They already got me a contract and everything in the mail. I'm like, "Oh God, these guys are pros." So yeah, Black Box is the venue. Google image search that shit. You're going to see crazy ass parties. The shit show's going to be nothing like that. It's going to be nerds. And that's that.
And that's the bottom line. All right, let's read a little excerpt from the page here. Building on the momentum from Baltimore and Philly shows, we're excited to announce our lineup for Denver, and it's an awesome fucking lineup, man. You got a lot of people. Let's just start running through what the itinerary is. So you're going to have speakers, of course, people talking about crypto, different projects. You're going to have different workshops. Talk about the workshops. What kind of workshops we talking about here?
So one of them is I met Ken Hodler, who's a cryptographer for KeepKey, the hardware wallet. I met him up in New York, and I was telling him what we did with the IoT Village and everything. And so he was like, "Come up to the booth," and he handed me a KeepKey, and he was like, "Have your guys kick the shit out of it. Just leave it laying around. If they want to hack the hell out of it, let's hack the hell out of it." He was like, "When I get back to the office, I'll send you guys a bunch more, and you can just beat the shit out of them nonstop." And I was like, "Sweet, okay, fantastic." So we got this young hardware hacker, Ian Sinderman, and yeah, he's like all about breaking into this thing, and he's so careful about taking it apart because he knows there's like little like kill switches inside in case you do try to open it and penetrate it. Like these things are built with all these little traps and booby traps in them. So he's been doing research on how to properly disassemble it, and then he's going to be running a whole bunch of tests on it in the coming weeks. And so he's going to be presenting his research on that, or someone, a delegate from the company, will be presenting Ian's research on that. So that'll be hype. I think we have this one mining company. I'm talking to two mining companies. I'm not sure which one's going to come out, but I said don't come out empty-handed. I was like, people want to see the blades. They want to see ASICs. They want to see stuff. So like, let's bring some shit out. Let's see like a Raspberry Pi mine, stuff like that. So yeah, I have like this whole hardware section going on. The one guy, Tyler Toth from Tracer PCB Labs, he's got a lab. PCB printing is like really hard to explain. It's like printing the proprietary chips for medical devices and for hardware wallets and things like that. He's got a lab where they make all that shit. So yeah, he's going to be out and be presenting. So the morning is going to have a pretty heavy hardware focus.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I like the KeepKey thing. I didn't realize they built them with like little booby traps and shit like Oak Island.
Yeah, definitely.
That's pretty awesome. All right, let's run down the list of speakers. We got Anastasia. We had her on the show last week from Nexus, of course. Anybody who's frequented Crypto and Chat knows about Nexus. We don't go a single fucking week without shilling some Nexus. And there it is, Nexus. Boom. Tell us about how you got hooked up with Nexus and Anastasia and.
Dude, I think I lost audio on you now.
Really? Can you hear me?
Oh, there you are. There you are.
Okay.
Yeah, I got you. All
right.
Okay. So I've known Anastasia because she's just been bouncing around Philly for the last couple of years. And, I ran into her at a bunch of meetups. And last year for the conference, Bab hit me up and he was like, "Dude, you want to go to this thing in Aspen?" And I was like, "I got to go do this bullshit in Cleveland." I went to Cleveland instead of going to Aspen like an asshole.
That was a stupid fucking decision.
Yeah, dude, so dumb. I think I was out there when Bab invited me, and I was like, "No, Bab, I have to go to important Cleveland."
Yeah,
So
no,
I
fucking
felt
Aspen was awesome. You missed a really good time.
nah, dude, that's awesome, man. Rub that in. That's what's up,
Yeah, I feel like I got to.
right? Yeah, nah. So I saw the pictures and everything, and kicked myself in the fucking ass. But so anyway, I did know about it. Bab was showing me all the pictures, and I was hot on that from last year. And then like talking to like other people that have worked there and everything. And then Anastasia got the job there. And when I started doing this stupid shit show thing, like even before it was supposed to be anything, when it was supposed to be a bunch of people drinking, she was really sweet and nice and supportive. So like because she was like so good to me, I was like I really looked into what she was doing with Nexus, and because I was like whatever, like I'm just gonna support whatever she's doing. And then I started looking into it, and I was like, whoa, dude, like 3D blockchain, like fucking blockchain in space. I was like, this is pretty sick.
Yeah, blockchain
and then,
in space.
What else are you going to call it, man?
Yeah, no.
Blockchain in space.
Well, that's how you get the nerds, you know what I'm saying? The 3D block. And Nexus is the nerdiest fucking crypto project in existence. And, I know because I can only understand about 4% of it. And the 4% that I can understand is amazing. And that's why I love Nexus. Everybody should buy Nexus. It's always a good time to buy Nexus. And especially right now, because Nexus is worth like fucking, who the hell knows what, less than $2? Maybe less than $1. If it's worth less than $1, I'm mortgaging my house. It's not. It's $1.43. But all right, so you're gonna have Anastasia. She's coming back to. She's gonna be heading over to Denver to speak about Nexus. That's awesome. Let's talk about Mike Seiler. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah. So I knew him from when I was living out in Colorado for a while. I was between Brighton, which is just like out on the plains, Denver, and then I lived in Boulder for a while. So when I was out in Boulder, I used to go to this hacker space called Solid State Depot all the time, and I met this guy Mike Seiler, and he's a fucking great dude. But I'd learned from him. Somebody's fucking texting me really dumb shit. Sorry about that, dude.
No, that's all right, man.
Yeah, so anyway, Mike, I was hanging out with him, and he used to have this huge grow operation in his house, and then he didn't. And I was like, well, what happened? And he was like, they came and got me for fucking Bitcoin. So it was like back in 2013, like when all types of weird shit was going on with Bitcoin and everything, and like Mt. Gox went down, and they went after fucking Ross's Dread Pirate Roberts, and like it was just like this, like the DHS was like at secret war with Bitcoin. So anyway, he got ground up in that whole mess, and I was like, fuck. Yeah, I just I wanted him to be on stage and tell a story about how he got all ground up in that fucking war. And so did that Burt Wagner guy, and Lynn presented in Philadelphia, so
yeah, so he got busted. They raided his house because of Bitcoin, and he got his fucking grow operation busted.
Well, he's going to be telling the story, so I can't be, telling a story for him. But no, they I think they made him a felon, and that took away his ability to grow weed. I forget how it went, but he'll be telling the story, and we're going to be live streaming it and all that fun stuff.
All right, we're not going to do it any justice. We won't try to do that. So, so your expertise is hacking, right? Is that your expertise?
Not at all. No,
not at all.
I have zero expertise. No, No, but I know all the hackers.
Yeah.
I'll bring all the hackers.
Okay, yeah. I was getting a little confused. I'm like, man, this guy surrounds himself with hackers. He must be a hacker.
Yeah, no, holy shit. I wouldn't have time to be doing this if I was a hacker. Holy fuck. Those guys work nonstop to stay on top of shit. But since you do bring up hackers, Stefan Chavez, Adrian Bednarik, and Jacob Thompson, all three of them are previous DEF CON speakers, which is just huge. I don't think there's a bigger stage to go to for hacking than a DEF CON stage. Mm-hmm. But all three of those guys are going to be there. Stefan Chavez presented at the IoT Village, and that is the most virtuous hacker I've ever met. This is a guy who he's got a disability, and a bunch of wedges of his brain didn't grow, so he's got very little muscle control, no speech center, nothing like that. And he was working with people to hack his wheelchair because he can't type and use the wheelchair at the same time, and that's all he wanted to do was be able to type and use the wheelchair at the same time, move while speaking. Mm-hmm. And like the company that makes the wheelchair, and I won't say their name, they were like, no, fuck you. No, fuck you. You didn't hack the device. You better not have. We're not going to disclose this information. You can't present on it on a stage. And like, so he's going to be presenting on what his relationship was like, disclosing a vulnerability to an unwilling vendor. And it's a really, really, really important relationship to talk about when we start talking about vulnerabilities in 0 days in cryptocurrency, and that these companies think that it's okay to take an ICO and just put a bug bounty out there when people's money is on the line. So Stefan Chavez is going to be a brilliant talk.
Yeah.
That, and I really wanted him on stage.
Yeah, no, that's a really, I was perusing this story actually when you sent me the link. It's a really awesome fucking story. But like you're saying, man, it's that's the big fear in crypto, right? With especially, of course, with people coming into the space, noobs, that you know, people who aren't familiar with hacking and what it takes to hack and what it takes to protect from hacking. That's like the number one fear. It's like, well, what if, you know, it's on my computer, it's on my phone, you know, what if that gets hacked? I mean, how do you stop from that happening? Can you? Is there ultimately any way other than just cold storage for your crypto?
Why do you think the cold storage would work?
I don't know, man. I'm asking you. You're friends with all the hackers.
Yeah, no, it's just straight up paranoia. But it's good, healthy level of paranoia. I mean, for example, if I just hated you, and I wanted to get rid of your crypto, I would just burn your house down. Sure, you might have stuff in a hardware in a fireproof safe, but you're never going to get to that fireproof safe ever. If you want to if you're out to just screw somebody, you don't have to have an advanced attack model. You know, a lot of not necessary. And then also there's a really big what the hell was it I just saw in the news today? New hacking tool being developed, and it's from the same labs because it has the same signatures and the same code as I think it was Loki Bot. This next one they're calling Mystery Bot, and it's like a keystroke recorder. I think it's a clipboard hijacker. Like you can look at the features of what's being developed for this thing and just realize that what these people are doing is they're targeting. They're trying to do cryptocurrency attacks. They just want to jack people's private keys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? I saw that actually earlier today. What are they calling it? Mystery Bot? I'm going to try to see if I can find it.
I think that's what it was. It's Mystery something. And the one that it's based off of is Loki, whatever it is. I'm pretty certain it's bot.
I probably won't be able to find it. Fucking idiot. All right, forget it. I'm not going to be able to find it. It's beautiful out there. How's the weather?
Yeah.
How's the weather holding up, man? You fucking no
dude,
tornadoes.
Pretty solid. Dude, you know, I was going to say that to you because what the hell? That was insane. What the hell?
Dude, I got out of work, and I was actually in the locker room getting changed, and I got an alert on my phone saying there was a tornado warning in, like, Mount Pocono area, and I was like, all right, yeah, okay, whatever, it's fucking Poconos. And then I get outside, and over the loudspeakers at my job, you know, like freaking acres and acres, you could just hear this, warning, 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 take cover now, tornado. And I froze in spot for probably like 10 seconds. I looked back. I was real close to the building. I could have got real safe. And then I just took off for the truck, man. I just ran for the truck because I didn't want to be there. Like, if I was going to get hit by a tornado, I wanted to be, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I really have no excuse. But the point where it got real dramatic, I actually have the video pulled up. The point where it got real dramatic is right here, so I'm going to play an excerpt from that live stream from the other night.
Whatever God you pray to that God that I make it home to my family safely. And if for some silly fucking reason I do not make it home to my family, I just want... This is like overly dramatic right now, but I just started thinking, like, I want to say goodbye, you know, just in case.
Just in case.
I love you, Christy. I love my son, Michael. I love you, boy. Just pray for me to get home all right. I know this is a little dramatic. Not going to lie, I agree. It's a little dramatic at this point. Here comes somebody trying to cut me off in the middle of a fucking tornado. Probably not
Middle
the
of a
best
tornado.
idea.
Dude.
And this is where the
I don't know.
T-shirt slogan
Listen,
comes.
if I don't make it, I want my son to get everything.
Get everything.
Christy gets the house and the bank account. My son gets the crypto and the guns and the cars. He gets the cars, he gets the guns, and he gets the crypto.
Fucking dramatic as all hell for no goddamn reason, man.
Nah, there was a pretty goddamn good reason. Did you see what happened to that shopping center? Keith was sharing all that shit. That was nuts.
Yeah, that shit was pretty crazy, but like where that is, that's like 40 minutes away from me. So where the tornado wound up hitting, and of course you don't know where it's gonna fucking hit, so I guess that's the scary part. But like as I'm driving, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is actually getting pretty bad out here. The lightning's real fucking bad, wind is crazy, and I'm looking at the clouds every time the lightning hit. I realized that a tornado could literally just drop out of fucking nowhere. And I wanted to make sure that I put on public record that my son gets the crypto, the guns, and the cars. He won't know how to get into the crypto though. That's what Keith pointed out to me after that got posted. He was like, "You got to set up some sort of backup system here, so that way when
Digipulse.
Tell me about Digipulse."
I just met those guys in a meetup a couple weeks ago, and basically, you hook up all your social media and your email accounts and everything to your wallets, and it's set up like a time trigger. And if you don't log into any of your stuff in X amount of time, it'll move the private keys to whoever you choose to be the next custodian.
Oh, that's interesting. How does that get hacked and fuck me?
As a matter of fact, so I was talking to those guys. I was talking to those guys about that. I was like, that doesn't sound very secure.
Yeah.
And then so a couple of our guys were going down to work at a conference in Puerto Rico last week, and I knew they would be on the plane not doing anything. So the one guy, I was like, dude, like rip through this white paper and see what like the obvious vulnerabilities are going to be. And I mean, I think what you could basically do is probably just trick Facebook into not reporting a login for several months, and that would just automatically move the keys. Mm-hmm. But it's just like when, somebody takes out an insurance policy on their loved one and then kills them. It's the same crime and would get caught the same way. It's stupid. But
yeah,
not everything has vulnerability.
That'd be similar to like what Julian Assange was using, like where he had some fucking what were you calling it? A dead key, drop dead key, not a drop dead key. The fuck were you calling it just now? You were just calling it something.
That was minutes ago, man. I can't recall that shit.
Yeah, fuck, man. Between the two of us, we won't remember 30 seconds ago. But anyway, that does sound like a good idea. I just feel like that's something that could be easily fucking manipulated, like you said. And mainly because I don't know anything about it. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Oh, where the hell did I put that page? Here it is. Going back to Denver, you have on here Chris Rice. He had just hit us up, actually. We're going to be doing some collaboration with Chris Rice shortly. But he just became part of BitcoinTopia.org. So talk about Chris Rice, man. How long have you known him?
Dude, not long at all. I mean, I just started talking to him, a few months ago. But, I mean, we did a phone call, and I was like, this dude is fucking solid. I was like, this is a quality guy. And then, he was trying to come up to Philly, and I was like, you've got to come. You can't not come to Philly. And then so like I bought his train ticket to come up. I brought him right up, and then he got himself back. But yeah, like so he showed up and just good energy, good questions, good content, good all damn day long. I can't speak highly enough of the guy because there are a lot of shiesty, untrustworthy motherfuckers in this space, and Chris is just far, 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 far from that. So he's doing this Bitcointopia gig now, and I talked to Morgan, the CEO, or whatever, the groundbreaker, whatever you want to call him. I talked to him on the phone for a while, and I don't know him, so I can't advocate for it or anything like that. But it's getting a lot of attention. A lot of people are interested. It looks like a really solid plan, and I'm excited to hear what they have to say, and I'm excited to hear the questions that are had for these people.
Yeah, this is actually pretty crazy. I didn't have a chance to actually look into it. At first glance, I thought it was kind of like Decentraland, where it's like a virtual fucking city, a virtual plot of fucking land that you could purchase with crypto. But this is going to be real world, a crypto city, it looks like.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah. So again, I can't spoil everybody's shit, man. I can't talk about other people's stuff.
Don't worry, nobody's watching this show, man. Don't worry about it. You're not going to spoil anything.
Dude, so he has this really, really, really cool vision to rebuild an updated version of Disney's Tomorrowland. And so I was looking at the Wikipedia page for like Disney's vision for Tomorrowland and like what it went through and what it was, and it was actually, in my opinion, a great model. So hopefully this guy pulls it off. I want to see it happen.
Yeah, there's a documentary I just watched on Netflix, I believe. It's like a series. It's what the hell is it called? It's all about that freaking not Havi Krishna guy. What the fuck was his name? He's basically like a guru from India, and he moved like 10,000 people to this plot of land in Oregon. You ever hear about this? It was like back in the 80s, and they like basically built their own cities. They freaking started their own local government. They had enough people to establish their own city and everything. And then basically the feds said, no, you can't do that. You're operating on your own. You're not paying taxes, yada, yada, yada. So they fucking bombed them. They took them out. What are the chances that something like that happens here? I can't imagine the federal government would allow a crypto city to exist within the United States.
Well, that's what I had said at first. I said, like you're in a county, you're in a town, which is in a state, which is in a country.
Yeah.
I was like, that's, a lot to overcome. And so it looks like that they're using like a lot of natural resources. So the water is supposed to be supplied from runoff from the mountains. Then he's like building his own sewage system and everything. And I believe that he chose a county that didn't have a lot of resources so that he could be a main player in the county and then gain favor from the councils and the boards and all that for pretty much freedom to try whatever the hell he wants. Like he's trying to attract companies to come out there and try experimental stuff like autonomous vehicles, flying cars, things of that nature.
That's pretty wild. Where is this going to be at? Do you know what state this is going to be in? Is this going to be in Florida?
No, this is Elko County, Nevada. So, yeah, it's northeastern Nevada, and the runoff is from Idaho. So it's like northeastern Nevada. And the hell? Oh yeah, so he's going to be the CEO and Chris are both going to be present at the Vegas shit show, which won't be called the shit show anymore.
It won't be, man. What's it going to be called?
Well, so like I was up, a lot of stuff happened. So there's this like observation that I think I've made. And, October, November, December, everything was going up. And then January came and everything went down. So everybody's mind was just going nuts watching the market just do its thing, just be insane. And then after, the big ass correction, everybody was like scrambling to say, this is what happened and that's what happened. And everybody was really, really busy and they had their hands full and everything. And then just like in the past month or two, things have calmed down and it's been steady enough where people are starting to have original thoughts again and not reacting to market behavior. And so in that time, I did my first shit show. The Magical Crypto Friends, they decided that they're going to run a competing event with Consensus next year in New York that's going to be all about technical content. Then you had Andreas Antonopoulos a couple days after that do his talk on keeping crypto communities weird, and he was talking about the gentrification of crypto and things of that nature. And then you had Ken Bozak go viral for calling out that scammer. And these are all very similar things. All four of these things are very similar. They're all saying a lot of shitbags have gotten into the space. A lot of people are in the space that ought not to be in the space. And so for this next Denver shit show, while I was organizing it, a lot of people were having trouble getting their companies to say, hey, yes, you can go. Yes, you can participate. Here's sponsorship money. Because it's called the shit show, and the original venue was your mom's house. So it didn't look good on paper. So being up Consensus and hearing the word blockchain every 40 seconds and hearing Consensus every 20 seconds and hear just this limited vocabulary just nonstop battering you. and from these awful people in their little conference tuxedos, their little graphic tees with their like slick jackets, all these douchebags. I was like, everybody that comes to this shit show is somebody that I'm proud to know that isn't a shill. Even if they have a good or product or service, they're not pushing that. They're going, this is my experience and this is why I'm a pro. And then people will approach them and say, hey, that's great. And so the commonality that all these people had is just astounding integrity. And so I'm just renaming the thing one word. It's just integrity. It's not global. It's not the summit. It's not the world anything. It doesn't have blockchain in the name. It doesn't have crypto. It doesn't have any of this ridiculous shit. And because I don't want it to be a beacon. I don't want it to attract shitbags. I want it to attract people that are actually trying to work in the community and just do it with principle in the right way. So I would much rather have 150, 100 people throughout the course of a day than 1,000 just animals, scumbag pigs. I hate them.
Tell me how you really feel.
Dude, seriously, it's fucking time. Like, mass adoption. I don't want mass adoption anymore. I want people to just slowly ebb and flow into this and learn about it and get educated first. I don't want, dude, I'm telling you, man, if you were in New York, dude, you would have puked. It was disgusting. And we gotta show these animals like it's in the fucking Genesis block. Stop printing money. We don't want your economic policies. This is stateless. This is borderless. Fuck yourself. Get out of here. And we have this incredible thing. We need to defend it. We need to show these scumbags that we have claws and we have teeth, and we will defend this stateless, borderless, beautiful piece of technology.
Yeah.
So I'm naming it integrity. I'm changing the name to just integrity. It will not be a beacon. People will not seek it out. It will be not invite only, but I want contributors that are actually moving the space forward.
Yeah, this space is supposed to be for the regular person, you know what I'm saying? And then when people talk about mass adoption and this institutional money coming in, all that brings is all that corruption and all that fucking greed and all of that with it, and that's where you get these shit bags from. And not that I would ever be able to afford going to consensus to begin with, but I wouldn't want to be at a fucking place like that because, one, I don't think I'd actually fucking learn anything. One, I'm not like so blockchain technically savvy at all. I can't even fucking say it. That's how unsavvy I am with it. But that's not the group of people that I want to be involved with. The group of people I want to be involved with are regular people like you, like Mike Salvi, like Ken, the people that you're having at the crypto shit show. So when is it going to transition into just integrity? Are you going to wait until the series of shows are done and then switch it?
No. So Denver's it's always going to be the shit show. Let's not lie. Yeah. It's always going to be the shit show. But just on paper, we're going to call this thing integrity, so it's not got that face.
Yeah. Just
because it's making it difficult for people. So Vegas is going to be the first integrity event. And I bought the URLs today. I think I bought like integrity.event and integrityevent.com. And, I might pick up a few more, but I just wanted to get a couple started. So but I mean, I'm still doing a lot of organizing for Denver. I'm still going through like talk submissions to see who else is going to speak. Because naturally you want somebody there that's a miner. You want somebody there that's an ATM manufacturer. There are these people that just are good presenters that, the audience is curious about. And the talk will do great every single time.
Let's talk about some more of the speakers then. Steven Chavez? I can't fucking...
Yeah. Yo, Chavez is the guy I was telling you about in the wheelchair that we had present out at DEF CON, the one with the Forbes article that you just peeked at.
Yep, this guy right here. Boom.
Yeah, and another thing I want to speaking of integrity, so we gave him that talk to come out onto the stage at DEF CON and to do that talk and everything. And then his professor, Dr. Stephen Beatty, he's going to be at the next shit show. And he's a super solid guy. And he said, I'm going to recommend this to all of my InfoSec students, past and present. And I was like, wow, what a nice thing to do. This guy, Dr. Beatty, when Stefan's talk got accepted out at DEF CON, he just put up the money right now. He was like, just paid for Stefan's flight, paid for his hotel. He was like, dude, taken care of. School didn't pay for it. It was Dr. Beatty. It was amazing.
No, that's awesome, man. And again, that story is fucking sick. Actually, all of these links are in the description of whatever fucking video you might be watching. So definitely check out that link because that story is gonna be awesome to hear. I wish I could be there once again for another shit show I'm gonna miss. All right, Tyler Toth, Tracer PCB Printing Labs. You were talking about this earlier. Hardware class. So that's one of the workshops.
Yeah. Because that's what he does is they make parts for medical devices. They make parts for aerospace. They make a lot of parts for all types of shit like that. They've done work with independent security evaluators too. So I mean, their work has been contracted. They're good guys. They do great shit.
Yeah.
Tyler also is an amazing double bass metal drummer. Incredible. He's also in that band Hydroform. I met this band, and like everybody in the band is just great. Like,
look at this equipment, man. This is I'm assuming part of his lab with this equipment.
Yeah. He's got a sick lab, and that's out in Golden, Colorado.
That's fucking awesome.
So that's what they got out there. They have PCB and Coors Light.
PCB and Coors Light, excellent mix. Don't spill the Coors Light on the PCB, please don't do that. But that's the one thing about this space, man. You get all these cool fucking weirdos from all different corners of technology, and just people seeking some sort of avenue of freedom. You know, whether it's financial freedom or whatever it is, some sort of anonymity with their finances. And but like, you know, that's what brings most people in. I think is, you know, that financial end of it. But then when you start getting in and you start talking to people, meeting people at, you know, shit shows and all these other things, you start realizing like there's these fucking awesome nerds with superpowers that are making these outstanding projects like Nexus and all these fucking boy geniuses all around the world. It's their time. It's their fucking time, man. It's like a whole community of Nikola Teslas. You know what I'm saying? It's It's amazing. Let's talk about. Go ahead.
No, I like it a lot because, you know, a lot of these guys, the industry's so young and everything that you're never far removed from a partner, a CEO or something like that, where you can actually get stuff done. And most of these guys don't have attitudes. They haven't been jaded yet. And it's just a great space to be working in.
Let's talk about Matt V. Wade, traditional trader, crypto trader. So you're also seeing this, a lot of the traditional stock traders moving into the crypto world because it's, well, at least it was for a moment there, way more profitable. What is he going to be talking about? The correlations or between the two markets?
Well, yeah. So that's pretty much it. And this is going to be a big audience participation thing. I don't know why I do this, but I try to come up with these really, really weird ideas. And so my idea was that I wanted to get a traditional trader and a crypto trader and get them both on stage to do a very short talk. And then what I'm doing is I'm depending on the audience, because they're so damn curious and so damn good with questions, to be able to pick these guys apart and ask them each different question. And then realizing that they trade in different markets, look for psychological differences in behavior in how they respond to the questions. So we have guinea pigs. That's basically it. We have guinea pigs. Let's do a fun little thing with them.
No, that's pretty cool. There's a few like YouTubers I watch that are really into the macro markets and all of that shit. But it's weird what would go into making good decisions when trading in crypto or otherwise. I guess it really doesn't matter what you're trading in. But like even traditional stocks, you know, being able to research, you know, partnerships and these partner companies and looking at what they're doing and looking at, you know, what's going on in the news. Is that going to affect the market at all? There's so many different elements to trading that I can't seem to grasp it at all. So I've just stopped trading for a while. Kent Lewis, bus exec at 1776 Coin, enslaving mankind with blockchain technology. Who's Kent? What's he all about?
So I spoke with Kent on the phone for a little bit. He came referred from a friend, so I hopped on a phone call with him, and we were talking about a bunch of stuff. And I think he cloned Komodo platform and is developing a couple little different technologies with it. And then he starts talking about how like all the major cryptocurrencies are owned by the government and everything like that. And we disagreed a whole lot on the phone call. He had a lot of ideas that I didn't agree with 100%. Maybe, yeah. So I was like, I want to give this guy a voice. I want him to. I want to give a voice to somebody that I don't agree with. I want him to speak. I want to have him make his case, appeal to the audience, and see where it goes. So give him a voice.
Yeah.
Do it different.
No, listen, man, you got to let all sides speak, because you will enlighten somebody, or you will be enlightened by something, or maybe you fucking won't. Maybe you'll just be verified in your own, what you already believe in. But this is a question that we pose, and I wonder if this is exactly what he's talking about on this show before, which was, is crypto and blockchain, is that the mark of the beast? Is this the one world currency? Is this the one world control that, we've been trying to avoid for fucking, I don't know, I guess as long as I've been out of high school, pretty much. Is that what he's kind of getting at? Is that This is the control that we've been trying to avoid, and now it just fell in our laps and we're embracing it?
Yep. That's a lot of what he's going with. But I mean, like, I've had like the ZK snarks dumbed down and explained to me, and like the ring signatures that Monero uses and stuff like that. These are privacy tools that are unbroken. So they are factually unbroken. With that being said, it's an impossibility to say that this is a one world currency, that it could not be done. I'll give you an example. Do you know what Tor is, the onion router?
Yes.
Okay. Tor was created by the Navy. We all know that, right?
I do now.
Okay. So Tor created the Navy, or the Navy created Tor, and the idea was, we want to do sneaky, dirty stuff on the internet. How do we do it and hide ourselves? And they go, okay, we'll let everybody else do really weird, sneaky shit on the internet, and they'll obfuscate our presence. We'll be impossible to find in this sea of people doing weird stuff. So they created the dark web intentionally so that they could do dark web stuff themselves. So let's just say that they did build, ZK snarks. So they did build the ring signatures. If they were behind it, it wouldn't matter. Just like Tor, if it's for them to do rotten shit, other people can do rotten shit. Doesn't matter.
Hey, real quick, as you bring that up, how much do you know about the cicada fucking puzzles and shit that's been going on for the past few years? Do you know anything about that? Zero? God damn, man, I was hoping you had some insight on this shit. It's like this fucking crypto fucking maze that it was, what's it called? Cicada 3301 is really, so a couple really good documentaries on YouTube about it.
Yeah. I know what it is. Yeah. Nobody solved it.
Somebody solved it, I think, maybe a few years ago. The one that's going on this year, I don't think anybody has solved. But what do you think about that? Do you think that is also, the government in disguise trying to seek out, potential worker bees or whatever the fuck you want to call it?
Could be. Could be. I mean, I think people really overestimate governments as threats. They're scary when it's a cop with a gun, or it's like ATF agent or something like that. Those are guys you got to be afraid of. You do not have to be worried about these dark cloaked figures. They'll do nothing. They will do nothing to you. The person that's going to do something to you is an FBI agent. It's going to be some idiot. It's so much easier to kick you in the face and shoot you than it is to do all this data collection and information and build a case against you and conspire. Why would they do that? They can get away with fucking shooting people whenever they want.
This is true, man. It's a lot easier. And they do it in broad daylight now, man. It's like no fucking restraint at all with this shit. Even with the freaking body cams, man. Like, so all these shootings started happening. All right, we're gonna force our officers to wear body cams. But then these stupid fucking officers don't realize that when they hit record, it like pre-records for 30 seconds, and it catches them stashing fucking guns on on victims, or crack, sprinkling crack on somebody's fucking car. So stupid, man. But that's the authoritarian fucking control. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. The boot on our necks.
Those guys, that Baltimore gun trace force or whatever it is, holy fuck, is that the ugliest cop thing ever. Dude, the audio that came out in court from those guys, have you heard about that at all?
Is that the 3 officers that got caught planting fucking guns like more than once?
3? Dude, way more than 3. The audio files, they did this, they had this drill where they would seriously roll up jump out of the car and just steal from drug dealers. And it was called like Rip and Strip or something like that. It was a straight up project, right? So it was like this thing that departments would do actively, sometimes up to 15 times a day, or not departments, but this task force. And they would just go rob people. And they had all these phone calls that they were playing in court. And like, dude, like it was just like straight gang talk. Like they were like talking about who their mark was. They're going to go fuck him up. That pussy doesn't have a gun. He's a felon. We know he doesn't have a gun. The people we roll with. And like they straight up criminals.
That's fucking wild,
Christ.
man. I did not know about this. That's fucking
Dude,
crazy.
Yeah. And like, I didn't even hear some crazy source. I was running out to get like food the other day, and it was on NPR.
NPR. Welcome to NPR News. We're gonna tell you about some crazy shit. Let's move on a little bit here. Adrian, man, why can't I say anybody's fucking name? Bednarek.
Yeah, I know that guy. I can't say his name.
Can't fucking say his
Sorry
name.
about that,
Adrian. Sir Adrian. Tell us about him, senior security analyst. He's been hacking virtual currency-based economies for decades. Decades! I'm just reading it verbatim.
Yeah, dude. That like, so he just did a talk at RSA. RSA is a monstrous conference out in San Francisco. He was out there a couple months ago, and he did a talk on stuff that he used to do back in college and then later in life and up till today. I mean, he does a lot of the penetration testing for our blockchain projects and stuff like that. And the guy, he's just always gone after virtual economic models. And so that would be like creating cash in MMORPG games or whatever they are. Mm-hmm. And just being able to create like a castle and then sell it on eBay or like sell it on some market. He had this one story, and he recently told it, so I don't care. I'm going to tell a story anyway. But he found out that you could steal stuff in video games, replicate it, and then sell the replica and still have the original or something along those lines. And then so he like built a bunch of these cheap things, traded them in for a more expensive thing, and sold that and made like thousands. And he's like, holy shit, this is just my job now. And so
I don't understand what he's doing. What are you talking about? He's making things in a video game.
Fucking Christ. Hold on a second, dude. Did I just cut that?
No, you're good. You're still on. You're still
Okay.
on. I'll tell you what, man. It's beautiful out there. It's this great scene behind you.
Yeah. No, pretty good.
Pretty good. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
So what? Explain that a little more, because I don't know if maybe I missed it. He's replicating things within a game, and then he's able to sell those replicas as if they're the originals.
Yeah, he was able to generate properties in I forget what game it was. I can just copy and paste a link to you if it's of interest of his talk at RSA. It was just like 2 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's pretty cool.
But I want to tell you real quick about my plans for tonight.
All right, tell me.
I got plans tonight. So there's like some Greater Philadelphia Blockchain Expo blockchain bash, right? So you go check out the website for this thing. But so anyway, these guys are like, yeah, we're all about the community and shit like that. So I was like, let me take a peek at this. So I go to their website and they have all these big sponsors, right? And then on top of that, they had $200 to get in. And it's like, what, dude? Like, I throw my events and they're fucking free and they're like better than your events. On top of that, it's $200 to get in. It's $400 if you want to meet the organizers. So it's this predatory bullshit. So I hop right in their Discord group and I'm calling them out. I'm like, what the fuck do you think you like, if you want to do an event to make money, do an event to make money. There's nothing wrong with that. But do not fucking say that you're trying to help the community, because you're not. You're a piece of shit. And you're taking everybody's money and then selling them snake oil. There are some good speakers. There are some good presenters. I'm not going to lie. But there's what they're doing is totally abusive. So anyway, I called them out in their Discord group and I said, no, you got to come meet with me. So I'm going to go down and meet up with them in probably about a half hour or so to find out what the fuck they're up to. Because shit show. Because this is what shit show people do on the weekend.
Yeah, well, and that's exactly why you were talking about creating a shit show, right? Because of people like this, the predators, the fucking opportunists, the ones that share the referral links and shit like that. Those bastards. Those goddamn bastards.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go get them. Gonna, stand behind my word.
You're
gonna go do it.
Crypto superhero. I don't know if you know that.
That's not true at all, but thank you.
Of course, you're going to have Mike Salvi there. He's going to be doing a comic bit. Fucking Mike Salvi. What can we say about Mike Salvi? I'll let you say some nice things or some shitty things, whatever you want.
Oh, man. Look, what I got going right here is pretty rough, so thank God Mike's a good-looking one. Dude, so he's been hitting the clubs and just like open mics and shit and just working on his material. And every single time I see him, it's fresh material and it's better. Every single time. I can't believe it. On top of that, he's a real estate agent. So the really, really good thing about this is I make a mess out of that event page and then he comes in and cleans it up because he's not stupid like me, right? So you should have seen what that page looked like 3 days ago. You would have thought like a kid was just in there scribbling with like a marker. It was awful. You tidied that shit right up.
That's what he does. He tidies up, man. You know what? He cleans up pretty nice.
Yeah, he does.
It's not bad.
So yeah, I'm excited to get him out in Denver because you know exactly what he's going for out there.
Absolutely. He would not hesitate, not even for a fucking moment. We're not going to talk about it though here on this show.
Yeah.
Ken Bosak, he's hosting a live game show. Win Ken's Bosak's Dash. Is that what the hell is he doing? What do you got to do? Guess what color his pubes are this week? What's Ken doing, this badass motherfucker? He's up in Canada right now.
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit ago. I got in touch with him before you to see how loud that bar was. He said it was fine, but you didn't like it.
I didn't like it. It was really loud, and then we started the show with no audio anyway, so who gives a fuck, right? Don't listen to me. So I like I said, I like to do different weird things rather than just have a bunch of talks and let it get boring. So, win Ken Bozak's Dash. I was like, dude, come up with a game show. So there was like win Ben Stein's money, and he just like looked into how that game worked and everything like that, and he just replicated it with Dash. And so he like goes in and he's basically giving away all of his Dash. And yeah, he gave away a few $100, and he's going to come out and do it again in Denver. We had the guys from Elevate ATMs. They were there with an ATM, but then they also hid paper wallets all over the place, and we had paper wallet Easter egg hunt for I think about $1,000. Yeah, there was just QR codes hidden all over the place. So there were coupons, and you went over to the machine, and it would give you a QR code to sweep. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like kind of fun, like because you do like a couple technical talks, and everybody gets drained, and then you need something fun to do. So it's like take a coffee break, do a game show, and then get back on, and then do that a little bit.
You're taking the right approach to this, man. I think you really got something here, and I really hope that this just keeps accelerating the way that it has, because. If somebody's got to go to another fucking consensus or $3,000 for a goddamn ticket to get into consensus, which I know for a fact the whole fuckload of people got in for free, but either way, it's just, the balls of that. It's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah, not a fan. But I mean, that's just that weekend. Andreas came out with his thing. Ken went viral for his fucking scam call out. The Magical Crypto Friend said we're going to do a competing event that's at actual quality next year, and I had just recently started this shit show, and the sentiment is just like resonating throughout the entire community. It's like, yeah, we like something needs to be fucking done. Like we're losing control of this, and we're losing control of it to bad people.
Yeah, you're like the fucking William Wallace of crypto, man. I don't care if you want to admit it or not. You are. Last one on the list, Michael Herring from Impressions Campaigns will be available to record and edit presentations at promotional rates. Contact him. What's Michael Herring doing there?
Dude, so Justin Longo, he started Liberty on the Rocks out in Colorado. You know that dude?
Nope.
Okay, well, he's fucking badass dude. Definitely high quality guy. So Justin runs Liberty on the Rocks, and I was like, yo, dude, can you help me out with like a couple things, like, because he's out there, he knows people, and so he refers me to this guy, and so I hit him up and I go, Mike, what's going on? He's like, check this out, I'm live streaming this graduation. And I check it out, and it's like fucking pro level shit, and I was like, wow, and I was like, I can't fucking afford this guy, and I was like, yo, dude, I do this 1 day traveling crypto conference. I was like, do you think there's any way in hell that we can get you out there? And he was like, he's like, I'll do promo rates like super cheap, and I'll do video editing, and I'll make it really good for people because he's all about like liberty and he's all about cryptocurrency. So he's coming out, and thank God he is, because I didn't have a budget for him.
Yeah, so you're going to be live streaming the event from Denver?
No, I'm in control of absolutely nothing.
Okay, good. It's better that way. Right. It sounds like.
Well, I mean, like I know, dude. Chris Rice, he's going to be out there, and he's going to do his talk. But that dude, he's going to interview everybody. Ken Bozak, he's going to live stream everything. Yep. So I think this guy is pretty much going to focus on like the people that are presenting that want to have like a piece of collateral for a website or something like that later. So it's like something that looks and sounds really good and nice.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea, man. No, of course, professional, very, very the perpetual professional. Right. The William Wallace of crypto, Nathan Hauk, he joins us, the Crypto Shit Show. Deuces over Denver. This is number 3. It's a free event. I mean, you can't fucking lose at the Black Box, 314 East 13th Avenue in Denver, Colorado. And that's coming up on Wednesday, June 27th. You seem to do these on Wednesdays. What is your affinity with a Wednesday conference?
Listen, I love blockchain 101 guys, just getting into the space and stuff like that. I love being able to educate them and keep them from learning the wrong shit. I love that. But sometimes people have to get together, small groups of people, to get some business done. So basically, these events are on Wednesdays during the day so that people that are working in the industry can take a day off, come to this thing, make some fucking connections, and get work done.
That's what's up. And that is why I'll probably never be able to come to one, because fuck, man, Wednesdays I work, damn it. I wanted to come to the Philly one so bad, but look, man, I'm getting married this year. I got a fucking honeymoon. I got a bachelor party. I got to take off for the bachelorette party. That way I'm here to babysit, daddy daycare style. You know what I'm saying? I got all my vacation days burned up. But you better believe that when I get the first opportunity and I'm able to join you in one of these events, I definitely, most certainly will. Is there any parting words you'd like to say to anybody watching this show that might be new to the space? What is your advice? What is your one piece of advice you would give? Only one.
One piece of advice I would give is whether it be crypto, whether it be getting hacked, the weakest part is always the human element. It's up to the individual to stay vigilant. You fucking keep away from bad people. You say bad people that are doing fucking bad projects, that aren't sticking with due diligence, that are fucking irresponsible with ICOs and shit like that. You call them the fuck out. You destroy them.
That's what you do. You do what can do. You fucking call them out. Hey, before you leave, I want to ask you one fucking thing. What's up with Potcoin sponsoring Dennis Rodman going to North Korea, man? You think it's all publicity?
Of course.
Yeah, that's of course it is. Yes, I know it is. Yes. I'm sure they have. I'm sure they want a peace treaty to exist here. They want peace in North Korea. I'm sure that they do. But they fucking slipped this one through the door, man. I fucking like this opportunist moment right there. What do you think, man? You think Kim's gonna denuclearize, or you think it's all a sham, like it always has been?
Dude, I'm busy running shit shows.
Man, you don't fucking know. You don't care.
I don't care about those people. They don't matter to me. I have no idea who Kim is. Who's Donald Trump? I don't know that guy.
Who's the Donald? Well, all I can say is if he pulls it off,
life, the gamble.
Look, if he pulls it off, he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. Dennis Rodman deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. And I think that I was reading this article. Dennis Rodman said that if this gets pulled off, or no, actually Potcoin, Sean Perez, the Potcoin spokesperson, said, we at Potcoin definitely believe that Dennis Rodman deserves the Nobel Peace Prize jointly with President Trump and the Marshal Kim Jong-un. I'm not sure about giving the Marshal Kim Jong-un the fucking Nobel Peace Prize. I would say he's got a long way to go before we can consider something like that. But it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's a crazy world we live in. He is a fucking murderer. He murdered his uncle amongst probably thousands of other fucking people. All right, Nathan, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you taking the time out here. Have fun in your investigation tonight, and make sure you let us know what the fucking deal is with this bash.
All right, man. Excellent, dude. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. Everybody check out the Crypto Shit Show. Check out Integrity. Man, I keep fucking doing that. Wrong button. It's getting real dark where you are right now, man. We can't even see you anymore.
Yeah, no, I have my screens all fucked up. I can't see anything.
All right, no problem. Hey, thanks. Have fun tonight, and I'll talk to you. Hopefully, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Take it easy. Good night, and thanks everybody for watching this shit.
Nobody's watching it. All right, have a good night, man. Peace out. Yeah, that was good, man. Let's give him a proper shout out here. Proper shout out. The Crypto Shit Show, number 3, Deuces over Denver, coming up Wednesday, June 27th. That's coming up very, very quickly. And then he's got another one coming up after that in Vegas, which is sure to be Wild Bananas. And I don't know what's coming up after that. Maybe Antarctica, maybe Alaska, maybe Paris. Who knows where they're going? They're fucking globetrotting here. But the idea behind the Crypto Shit Show is something that I absolutely love. I'm happy that he was able to explain that to us and to me and enlighten me on that. But this is exactly what's going on. Let's bring it full screen here. Boom. Shitty people are invading the crypto space. And it's only natural when you have fucking trillions of dollars, possible hundreds of, not hundreds of trillions, possible trillions of dollars, billions of dollars being made. You got fucking 15-year-old millionaires. Shit is crazy, man. When Lambo Moon sirs. But the Crypto Shit Show is devised to fight that. Is to devised to fight the infestation of those shitty, greedy fucking people. The parasites. It was clear as day, he said, when he went to Consensus in New York. $3,000 for a ticket. Are you fucking out of your mind? Shit is crazy. So we're going to start closing out some freaking tabs here. He's going to investigate Blackchain. He's going to investigate Blockchain Bash tonight. He's going to give us a follow-up on that. Dennis Rodman, sponsored by Podcoin.com. Excellent publicity move. If I die, my son gets the cryptos.
Unfortunately, he will not know how to unlock the crypto wallets
because I haven't set that up for him to do it. I'm actually devising some sort of way, some sort of Cicada 3301 in my own style, where I leave like a puzzle, like some sort of puzzle in like a picture box. So like long after I'm gone, he'll be like 20, and he'll be looking through this like old picture box, something that I had, and he'll flip a picture over and it'll be some weird code, and it like he'll have to figure it out. He'll have to make one of those things where you punch several holes in it and you line it up, and then it tells you the message, and that leads him to like another piece of the puzzle, and that leads to another piece of the puzzle, and then eventually he gets the passphrases and the private keys to my crypto wallets. That's way too complicated for me to pull off. Way too complicated. So it probably won't happen. But I definitely should try to devise some fucking way to make sure that he and or she, my future wife to be, to capitalize on that cryptos. Because by then, hopefully it won't be for a very long time, but by then, hopefully Bitcoin will be worth, like $400 trillion, and the measly like 0.1 fucking Bitcoin that I'm holding right now will, make him a trillionaire or a billionaire. And then Nexus and Litecoin and Lions and Tigers and Bears, oh my, shit'll be crazy. Let's take a look at the charts. Hey, guess what, man? Bitcoin is going up. When we started the show, it was like 6,300. I think it was 6,340. And now it's $6,400. It looks like we're bouncing back, everybody. It looks like we could be hopeful after all. Now, if we look at my trading view, and we look at this line that I drew, when did I draw this line? I think it was in May sometime. We're above that line, so that must mean something fabulous is happening. Don't listen to me for any kind of fucking trading advice. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Look at Nexus. Now, the one thing I will talk about Nexus, because I do know a little something about Nexus charts. Where we're sitting right now, if you can see my dotted line. Let me move my ugly mug out of the way. Where we're sitting at right now is a very strong support level if you look back into time here. Let's look back into time. I should move my line here. Look at the green line. I don't know if you guys can see that at all. That right there is a huge support level right around this area, going back into last year, and then even going back even to further into that, into 2017, 2016, 2017. If it goes any further below this, we're going to be looking at like a 13,000 Satoshi Nexus. And if we do, then buy a fuckload of it. And if we don't, hopefully we'll just bounce up to like 90,000 Satoshi Nexus. And then I could capitalize on some goddamn gains. Let's look at Litecoin. Litecoin looking super fucking shittle. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. It's fucking depressing. So goddamn depressing. Leave this page. That's it. It's crypto and chat. That's it. That's all we got. We're doing a short show tonight, only an hour and 20 minutes. We started off with no audio. We finished strong with some audio. It's always good to just keep us honest here. Nathan, when do Nexus think moon again? We don't fucking know. Bitcoin, the price always crashes large before it starts the next ascent. Yeah, I saw you talking about this actually, Stacy. This is what always happens. Consolidation over time, then a big drop followed by the reversal. Bull should start in September, October, November. Let's hope it starts in September because I'm getting married in November. And I'd like to have some funds available for a dope-ass honeymoon. I'm thinking about going to Fiji, but that shit is super fucking expensive. I'm like off screen here. There we go. But this is what it is. This is where it is. Man, this fucking Facebook chat had nothing. Or YouTube, which one? It don't fucking matter. It don't fucking matter. All right, that's it for the show this week. Pray to God that North Korea follows through with denuclearization. And pray to God that Nathan Hauk, the William Wallace of crypto, is able to fight off the parasites entering this fucking community in this space, ruining it for everybody, leaving the shit stains on these underwears known as crypto. We got to get rid of them. And the only way to get rid of them is to call them out. So, Ken, you keep doing what you do. Everybody else, you be like Ken. I'm not saying you got to dye your fucking hair blue. All I'm saying is you got to call these scammers out when you see them. Now what? I haven't heard from Sean. I haven't heard from that dude. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen none of that motherfucker. You got to shine the light on them cockroaches because then they scatter. You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? Know what I mean, son? Big shout out to my boy Tommy. It was his birthday yesterday. He turned like fucking 24. And somebody gave him a bottle of Belgian beer. And there's this weird beer. It had a cork in it for some reason. It looked like a wine bottle. Well, this fucking smart ass gives it to me, fucking has me open it with a knife. I pop it open. That shit sprayed all over me. I was soaked in this Belgian raspberry beer. It was delicious. But I smelled like I spent time with a Belgian hooker. Belgian hookers. Belgian fucking waffles. It is what it is. Thank you for joining us. Maybe Moses will join us next week. I fucking highly doubt it. Because he's got more important things to do, like make money playing guitar. Whatever. We out of here, suckers.
It's a means to reach my goals, not a means to bleed a stone like parasites would leech a host. Take the path they leave alone. No need to know you leave own. I think I need to make a toast to the individual who make the most of what they see through an independent view. Clarity is like a diamond under pressure from the truth. They undermine truth with another lie to underline the oppression on you. It's depressing. They prescribe this pill to you to keep you loose, but frequencies inside their music tighten up the mental noose. If ever was a day, now's the time to leave the coop. Turn the TV off and see what life was meant to be for you. Put your hands to the sky if you made it. Put your middle fingers up if they hate it. Keep your middle fingers up for the haters. Seize the opportunity, it's right for the taking. Put your hands to the sky if you made it. Put your middle fingers but you gotta overcome. Obstacles will come, but you gotta overcome. Obstacles will come, but you gotta overcome. You need to fill your heart with love until your life is overrun. Put your hands to the sky if you made it. Put your middle fingers up if they hate it. Keep your middle fingers up for the haters. Seize the opportunity, it's right for the taking. Put your hands to the sky if you made it. Put your middle fingers up if they hate it. Keep your middle fingers up for the haters. Seize the opportunity, it's right for the taking. It's a feeling I can't explain. No heart could be the same as this. The pineal in my brain is an artist trained to see the differences. Subtle but significant, like whispers while we're intimate. Ruled by the omnipotent, we struggle with significance. No different like when light inside a prism gets reflected. We're connected on a spectrum, separate levels of dimensions. My senses getting heightened, there's a sense I've been enlightened. Motivation to let you know my soul inside has been ignited. Bodily, my life is